Okay, today I am playing with CSS Animations, and it's something that I find fun and interesting, but I am relearning it again. So, full transparency, not a pro at this, but going to show and walk through all of the things that I'm learning, relearning again. So I'm going to start off with something super simple. I basically have this idea of UFOs and aliens flying through a creepy starry sky. Not sure why that is inspiration for me, but yeah, we're gonna just do something really simple where the aliens are just flying up through the sky. So all I have right now set up is this HTML file, this index.html, just bare bones skeleton. Already named it Christina's UFOs. And I'm gonna go ahead and open it up in a browser so we can see it. And with VS Code, I had to install a extension. So over here are my extensions. I had to install this open in browser extension. And so with that, I can hover over the HTML file and right click it and go down to open in default browser, which for me is Chrome. So you can see there's literally nothing here except for my name, my title, Christina's UFOs. And first thing first is I want to find my super creepy, spooky, mysterious sky. So I like to use this site called Pixabay. Free images that you can use anywhere. A lot of times the person who owns the photo will want you to just name them, give them credit in your site, but for the most part, they're all free. So I just looked up like starry sky, and I mean, this one looks pretty creepy to me. Oh, these look really cool. This one looks, yeah, let's use this one. Tell it I'm not a robot, and then go ahead and I'm just gonna drag it into here. There's no organization going on. Everything's gonna be on the same level for now. And then I'll just rename it. What is going on? Just gonna rename it Sky. Super creepy. I love it. Okay, so now we want to figure out how to get the image as a background. So I'm going to Google how to add background image to CSS. So weird, it already knew. Okay, so what we're gonna need is, because I want to have it, I don't want to have this in my HTML. I want to have a separate CSS file. So I'm going to go over here and just create, typically it's standard is to name it as style.css. And this is kind of the format that you would use. So I'm just going to copy this. So this right here, it's basically going to target the body. So this part right here, anything in there, it's just going to, that's how you're going to style it. And we just want to have the image. So I'm going to get rid of that other one. And it's going to need the URL, which is going to be relative. So we're going to use the relative path to get the sky.jpg. And so because they're on the same level, I'll just use / and it should auto-populate. And it's not going to show right away. You'll see yeah, if I refresh, there's nothing that's there. So the reasoning behind that is we need to tell the index.html to use style CSS. So we're going to Google how to link CSS to HTML. And I like W3 schools. They're very helpful. So you can see we're not going to do inline CSS. Like I said, I didn't want to do that. So I wanted an external CSS file. And it says here that it's used to define the styles for many HTML pages. Add a link to it in the head section. So we're going to stick it in here, right here, this link. It's really hard to copy. This link here. We're telling it it's a style sheet, and again, // we'll go ahead and link that there. And there is our beautiful creepy sky. God, that's so pretty. Is that even real though? I don't know. I would love to see that. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is find our aliens, and I'm all about those free icons, you know, those free, PNGs, SVGs. I like this site because if I were to Google for an image, generally it's gonna have a background, it's gonna have like a big white block around it, and I want something transparent. So I use this flaticon. I've used it a lot in personal projects. So I'm gonna go ahead and look up like aliens, see what comes up. I kind of want like a little spaceship. So I mean, this guy or girl, we're gonna say it's a her. So just dragged and dropped that in there. Not really into this this name, so let's name it. What is going on? My alien 1, because I'm gonna have 2 different aliens here that are gonna fly through our creepy sky. Let's go. What is that? Let's use, let's see, what else do we have? Okay, he's kind of scary. Maybe we'll use him. Yeah, again, him. Okay, let's rename him to Alien. Okay. I swear it's this like recording program that's like interfering with my clicks on the computer and like highlighting and stuff. I don't generally have this many issues when I'm not recording. Okay, so we're done with our aliens. We're done with this. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm just gonna click out of that. Very anal, I guess. Okay, let's add our alien images here. So let's look again at how to add, how to add an image to HTML. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap these in divs, and I will look up, I cannot type today. I'm gonna wrap these in divs, and basically it defines a section or a division in our document, and I kind of want them to be side by side, so I'm gonna put them in a div together so you can see the tags here is there's an opening div and then a closing div. So let's just do that within the body, and let's go back to image. So this is how we're going to put our image in there. The image source, remember we can use relative path or absolute path depending on where the image is coming from, but because we have our own images, I can just do a relative path and do the dot slash, and let's put our alien there, and just in case anything happens and the image is broken and doesn't render for some reason, we'll just say, you know, alien image. And then let's see where he is. Okay, giant. So I'm going to want to style it. So let's go ahead and look for how to style. CSS styling, style image, width and height. We'll Google how to do that. Our trusty W3 schools. Screen size, but I think I'm gonna just go ahead and set the height and the width myself, and I'll play with the numbers a little bit to just kind of get it to like an appropriate size. So we're gonna go, let's add a class to our image, and we'll just name it alien1, and you can see in CSS styling how to do classes and IDs. So if I'm going to use a CSS class selector, then it's showing here I just need to do a dot, write a period, dot, followed by the class name. So I'm gonna go ahead and do alien1, and height and width. We'll just first see what 100 pixels looks like. Oh gosh, it's so late. Yeah, for both of those. So let's go back, and that might be a little too small. Let's just try 100 or 200. Okay, that might be a little too big. We'll go ahead and do 150. Final change. Okay, so I want him to fly up. Oh, her. I want her to fly up. So, but right now, her positioning is not where I want her to be. So I'm going to change her position, and I'm going to use this CSS positioning called relative positioning. There's multiple positionings, but when I look into CSS Animations, which we will get to in a second, it's using relative position. So I'm gonna look up relative position and see that probably the most confusing and misused. But it basically is saying that it's relative to itself. So in the moment, if we change its relative position, we're going to change it from where it is currently, and we're only going to be changing this element. So it's going to have 4 attributes: top, which is going to be top of the page, left, of course, right, and bottom. So what I'm going to want to do is move its relative position from the top. So I'm going to push it down a number of pixels so that it moves down the screen. and we can add the position here, relative. I'm just gonna expand this. When it comes to, you know, CSS, I do play around in the inspect tools often. Oh, I didn't. If you don't know how to do that, you would right click and go to inspect, and then it'll pull up these dev tools, and then I can go by clicking this button here. I can click on my alien and it'll take me right to this element. And yeah, I can see here. Oh, is that not? Ah, there it is. I had to refresh. It'll show like the relative positioning here. And then in Alien 1, you can see I can play around with these pixels and make them bigger, you know, just to see like kind of before I put it in the code, I can literally just play in here, and none of it's saved. So it'll go back to 150 pixels, but I want to just play around with it and see how to move it in here. So if I do top at 20 pixels, it should move it down. You can see, yeah, as it's moving it further and further down. I'm gonna move this to the right side here so I can see exactly where I want to move it down. Just gonna do it at 400. Okay, so I'll just keep going further down. Of course, this is gonna depend on like your screen size, but it's looking like maybe 7. Let's get him to the bottom. 750. 750 looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So let's put that back here, and top 750 pixels. Okay, I'll just close that for now. And then when I refresh, little alien lady is still down here. Okay, so now I want her to just shoot up to the top of the screen. Maybe not shoot up, but I want her to go up. So I found in W3 Schools how to create an animation or a keyframe. So I'm gonna put it in my style sheet here. The first thing that you want to do is, let's go back up to the top. We'll explain it. So when you specify CSS styles inside the keyframe, the animation will gradually change from the current style to a new style. And the way that it gradually changes, you are going to specify at what stage of the transition you want some sort of change to be. So here it's saying from 0% to 25% of the transition to 50% to 100%. You could do 0 to 100 or 0 to 10%, 20%, whatever it is that you're trying to do. For this simple transition, I probably will just go from 0 to 100 because the alien is just shooting up. And you're gonna have to explicitly say like what the duration of the animation should be. So here it's saying 4 seconds. So let's just yeah, so this is the one that I want to do because within the 0%, I want to specify where her positioning is starting from and where I want it to end. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna copy I'm just gonna copy this and I'm gonna change. So here is like the name of the animation, for example. So this is the name of the animation, and then you tie it here with the animation name so it knows to use this. So I'm gonna just rename it, I don't know, I like Alien Lady. We're just gonna say Alien Lady. And like I said, there's not much of a transition happening, so I'm just gonna go from 0 to 100%. And all of this in here, I don't need it. I'm just gonna get rid of the background color. We don't need that. But I'm gonna play with top a little bit. So remember, right now we have it at 750. So at 0%, I'm just gonna call out, this is where I want it to be. This is the current state. At 0%, she needs to be here. At 100%, she needs to be here at 0 pixels. So now let's add the rest of this to our alien one here. So we're gonna go ahead and do animation name. And Alien Lady. And then animation duration. 4 seconds might be fast. Maybe I'll just do 6 seconds. Okay. Now we'll go back. We refresh and there she flies. And then of course she goes back. Okay, and so just for fun, I want to add a second alien lady, or not a lady, a second alien man. Let me extend this out. Okay, so remember we added this creepy guy. We're gonna name that Alien 2. We're gonna change the image. I mean, it's also an alien image. Okay, so let's see where he is. Oh. Okay, well he changes things up a little bit. Let's remember we named him Alien 2. And let's also give him the same height. Well, I guess we need this too. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Okay, so now they're side by side. We need to add an animation to him. So let's do another keyframe. And then I like to highlight, do Shift Option down so that it just copies that. And I'll just do Alien Man. Okay. And so it's going to be the same positioning, but we're going to do 10 seconds instead. Oh, why is he not moving? Oh, I need to add the name. Alien Man. And then, of course, she's gonna win if this were a race. Okay, so realizing here that we can go ahead and use this same keyframe because they're doing the same transition from 0 to 100%. They're the same, they're going in the same direction at the same position. So I actually don't need to have a separate one. We could just do alien. We can just name it alien, and we're here specifying here that, you know, alien 1 is going to go at 7 seconds and this one's going to do it within 10 seconds. So we can go ahead and refresh, and there it is again. Okay, and to play around, I kind of want to add another alien. Let's go back to flaticon. Oh, look at that. Okay, let's do kind of like the aliens with some like the people in it. Look at this one. Okay, let's do this one. We're gonna make him fly sideways. All right, let's rename that one. Again, not working for me. Alien 3. Okay. Let's go ahead and add, again, shift option down, and then I'll just change the class to be alien 3. And then I know that's the right pathway. I'll just change that to alien 3. When I add him, okay. Again, big giant alien. Let's copy this one. Let's get rid of no, that's fine. He'll start at the bottom with them. There, yep. Okay. So let's get him to move upwards, but also to the right. So we will have a different keyframe because we're going to add that other property. Okay, so we'll do alien. Oh boy. Alien. Naming is hard. Alien, let's just say sideways. That's a terrible name. That is all I can think of at the moment. So at 0%, I'm okay with him being here. So we can leave that as is. And at 100%, he's going to end up at the top, but I kind of want him to be over here to the right. So relative position, we're going to think we want it to be pushed away from the left. So let's actually just play around in here and let's see what it looks like for him to move to the right. Or what did I say? Left. Let's just say what we want him to move. Yeah, okay. So right now, he's currently at 0 pixels. Let's say we want 0%. We want 0 pixels for the left, but eventually we kind of want him to shift up this way. So we're going to see what that would look like. So probably, a little more than that. Let's say we want it to be like, 250. So at 100%, we want left to be 250. So let's just say left is 0 pixels now, but then at 100%, we want left to be 250 pixels. Okay, so let's close that out. And let's give that name to alien 3. Animation name is alien sideways, and animation duration is, let's say, He'll be slow. He'll be 15 seconds. All right. Let's refresh. And there they go. This is so much fun to me. I know it's silly. I know it's simple. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed learning. I enjoyed learning it, and definitely going to have more videos to come, and they'll get a little more complicated as we go. But yeah, reach out if you want to say hi or have questions or comments or whatever. But yeah, until next time, thanks.